Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, let's cut through the noise. Forget the long feature lists for a second, because today we are digging into the one thing that really came out of .NET Conf 2025, the single unified strategy that is going to shape how we all build software on .NET. So, after all the keynotes and the announcements, you're probably asking yourself this, right? Is .NET 10 just another yearly update with some nice-to-haves, or is there something bigger going on here?
And the answer is a big, emphatic no. This is not a random grab bag of features. What we're seeing is a master plan, a coordinated strategy where every single piece, from the framework itself to the AI tooling, is designed to fit together. So let's break that plan down. All right, so where does it all start? Well, it all begins with the foundation, the bedrock of this entire thing, the new long-term support release, .NET 10. Now, you know what LTS means, but why is it so important this time? Because for big companies, this is everything. It's the green light. It's Microsoft basically saying, look, this is the version you can bet your business on. It's safe, it's stable, it's here for the long haul. But here is where it gets really clever. Microsoft is playing chess here, not checkers. On one hand, they're locking in their existing enterprise users with a stable platform they can't say no to. But at the same time, they're using the gravity of that must-have LTS release as a Trojan horse to deliver their next big bet, AI, directly into the heart of those very same companies. And that brings us to the star of the show, really, the new AI agent platform. Now, this isn't just another library for you to play with. This is a full-blown solution to the biggest headache that's been slowing down enterprise AI. Come on, let's be honest. Getting access to a large language model, that's the easy part now. The hard part, the part nobody likes to talk about, is actually making it work in a real production system. How do you manage it? How do you make it secure, observable, reliable? That's the last mile problem, and it is a nightmare. And this is .NET 10's answer. It gives architects a clear 3-layer stack. It's a pit of success. You start with the basic abstractions, you use semantic kernel for the brainpower, and you host it all in the new agent framework. It takes the guesswork out of building enterprise-grade AI. And maybe the most brilliant part about this whole thing, you don't have to learn a ton of new stuff. It's all built on the patterns .NET developers have been using for years. Dependency injection, configuration, middleware. If you can ship an API today, you can ship an AI agent tomorrow. You can just hit the ground running. But Microsoft isn't just giving us a new platform to build AI on. They're also fundamentally changing how we build with a new generation of AI tools that are, well, pretty mind-blowing. Okay, so you know GitHub Copilot as your coding buddy that suggests lines of code. Well, get ready, because Copilot just got a massive promotion. It's moving from being your pair programmer to being your project lead. It's taking on two of the hardest, most painful jobs in all of software, modernizing ancient codebases and writing comprehensive tests. This is huge. And the story gets even bigger, because it's not just about .NET anymore. Aspire is evolving. It's becoming this multi-language control plane. Imagine, from a single C# project, you can launch and manage your .NET services, a Python service for AI, maybe a Node.js frontend, the whole shebang. This makes the .NET developer the conductor of the entire orchestra. But look, it's not all about grand AI visions. Microsoft is also spending a ton of time on the fundamentals, the quality of life improvements that just make being a developer better day to day. For all the Blazor developers out there, .NET 10 feels like the release you've been waiting for. And honestly, the best way to describe it is this. The best new feature is all the boilerplate and custom workaround code you finally get to delete. It's just smoother. A perfect example? Asset loading. That core blazor.web.js file, it used to be this kind of embedded magic thing. Now, it's just a normal static file. And that one simple change means we can finally use standard web tools to compress it and cache it properly. And the result of that one little change? It's wild. A 76% reduction in the script size. I mean, from 183 kilobytes down to 43. That is a massive difference your users are actually going to feel on that first page load. And that change creates this awesome domino effect. Better caching with fingerprinting, automatic preloading of assets. It all just works together to make things faster without you having to do a whole lot. It's a huge win. And of course, the C# language itself keeps getting these little bits of syntactic sugar that just make life easier. The new field keyword is a perfect example. You want to add a little logic to a property setter? Now you don't need to write out a whole verbose backing field. It's a small thing, but you're going to use it everywhere. Okay, so let's zoom out. When you put all of these pieces on the table, the stable LTS platform, the new AI vision, and these incredibly powerful developer tools, you start to see the full picture, the grand plan. And here's the absolute genius of the strategy. Microsoft knows the single biggest thing stopping companies from adopting new tech is the pain of migrating their old stuff. So what do? They give you an AI-powered tool, Copilot, to do the hardest part for you. So now you use the super-powered Copilot to automate the migration of your legacy apps onto the new, stable, secure .NET 10 LTS release. It removes the biggest blocker. It makes the upgrade a no-brainer. And then, once your entire enterprise is happily running on that modern foundation, what do you know? You're perfectly positioned to start building with the new AI agent framework. The platform you just adopted is the delivery vehicle for the next big thing. See, it's a perfect self-reinforcing loop. So there you have it. That's the playbook. A stable platform that makes upgrading an easy decision, a clear vision for the future of AI that removes the risk, and the critical tool, Copilot, that bridges the gap between today and tomorrow. Which really leaves us with one final big question to chew on. You know, about a decade ago, the microservice completely changed how we architected our systems. Looking at all this, you have to wonder, are we watching the AI agent become the next fundamental building block of software? The next big paradigm shift? The revolution might be starting right now.